Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing fantastic and that you're all having an incredible day. Leaving a like, leaving a comment, or subscribing. All of these things help out the channel immensely. And without further ado, you guys know the drill. Get ready for a very, very weird news day. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin price starts a constructive correction. Why Bitcoin could drop further. This one says Ethereum price plunges, that's a strong word, to $1,550. Can bulls save the day? I was actually quite surprised at the price news today, simply because we usually get a lot of it. There was almost none. Barely anyone was talking about it. You'll see the other news that everyone has, for some reason, taken a liking to and that they're talking about nonstop right now. But the main news is prices have dropped over the course of the weekend. If you've been here, I mean, it doesn't even have to have been for a year. If you've been here the last 2 weeks, you should probably be able to understand exactly why prices dropped. Yep, stock markets fell down. What? That's surprising. It's almost like that's never happened before, and like they aren't somehow correlated and haven't been correlated for the last year plus. It says Dow futures are lower as investors await midterm elections and inflation reports. So, for those of you who've kept away from this news, I mean, really, like, very good job, because it's just been an absolute debacle the entire way through. The news is there are going to be elections midweek this week in the United States. I think even tomorrow. I think that's the actual date for it. And it's expected to not be very pretty. That's why I said if you've kept away from this, count yourself very lucky, because something's not right. And there's a lot of expected movements in the stock markets depending on which way the elections actually sway. And then the other part is this week is also, I think Wednesday or Thursday is meant to be the monthly inflation report that tells us how terrible or horrible the Fed has been doing when it comes to bringing down inflation. If the inflation numbers are lower, people are expecting the stock market to rise in anticipation of, or the possibility of, the Federal Reserve announcing that they won't be raising interest rates as much because they've managed to bring down inflation. If inflation numbers are the same and or a bit higher, meaning the nothing that the Federal Reserve has been doing to actually lower inflation rates has done nothing, then expect stock markets and crypto prices to go down, because this may be an indication that the Federal Reserve will be then raising interest rates further to continue, the entire thing. Basically, we need inflation numbers to go down for prices to go back up, and also for the election results to not be absolute insanity, which they're probably going to be, because this has been, and I've tried to avoid it as much as I could. I've tried to avoid this for the last 4 or 5 months. It's all that's been in the news. I mean, actually all that's been in the news. Anyway, the point is, surprisingly enough, despite everything going down, that's all the price news. There wasn't other news about other coins or this happening or that is going on or this in the bond market. And this was basically it. So we'll see where the rest of the week takes us. I am asking you to brace for impact, because I have a very strange feeling markets are not going to like anything. I think it's abundantly clear that inflation probably has not gone down. The prices of everything everywhere continue to rise quite rapidly. And that's all the price news, at least that we have right now. And let's move on. So here's the first really weird news story that's going on, and I'm going to give you the information as we currently have it right now. The CEO of Binance, Changpeng Zhao, said his company will liquidate the entirety of its FTX token, the native token of competing cryptocurrency exchange FTX. So FTX has been in the news a lot the last 6 months or so. There's been a lot of like CNBC, Bloomberg, Reuters articles about them. FTX, as far as I understand, is a crypto exchange that appeared almost out of nowhere roughly around a year ago. I don't know if it's a year and 2 months, a year and 6 months. I know that it's been over a year and has grown quite quickly in popularity. And on top of that, the CEO of FTX, his name is Sam Bankman-Fried, was seen as quite the hero within the cryptocurrency space, at least relatively early on. For those of you who remember, this was about a month or two ago. We got news about regulatory clarity within the cryptocurrency space and what companies should be doing when it comes to regulations and how they should be acting or whatever. And I believe the news at the time was that Sam Bankman announced that he believes that cryptocurrency companies should be more compliant and should have more, I think this is what it was, be more KYC, AML, all those other things. And we basically should be, this is from what once again, that they basically should be giving in more to regulations to strengthen the cryptocurrency space if we wanted big money to come in. You might remember the next day, backlash isn't the word. There was a gigantic tornado roaring his way, full of cryptocurrency people who were basically like, no, we don't need more regulations. We don't need more SEC. We don't need more all these other things. And since then, they've been teetering on this really weird, they are a company. So I'm not surprised that they would announce something like this. But on the other side, a lot of people in crypto didn't realize that they were a company, and everyone is super mad at them when I'm like, this is the people from Coinbase and Gemini have been saying that for years. So that's what happened before. I'm giving you this context because for some reason, everyone's digging up, air quotes, dirt, and using that as justification as to why all of these events have been happening the last 24 hours. In a 6th of November tweet, Zhao said the decision was made after recent revelations that have come to light. In a later tweet, Changpeng Zhao explained that FTT liquidations was just post-exit risk management, referring to lessons learned from the fall of Terra Classic and how it impacted market players. So, there's been a lot of referencing to the FTT token for the FTX exchange that allegedly, here we go. This is why it's big news. People are assuming that Changpeng Zhao is alluding to the fact that there may be liquidation troubles on the FTX exchange, i.e. they may not have enough money for all of the cryptocurrency people that they have on their site. No one knows if this is true. No one. There was another gigantic sliver of news that everyone's using as justification as to why they should not be doing business with FTX. Once again, count your lucky stars or your lucky days or whatever you find lucky, because this space is ridiculous. There was a rumor going on. I don't even know where to begin. It's all so stupid. It's really so stupid. A large portion of crypto news is just rich people screaming at each other back and forth and about how they're better because they're richer by other means. So the news is that allegedly Sam Bankman-Fried has been giving political donations. And people looked into those donations and found that he's been giving an enormous amount of money to Democratic and or left-wing political people in the United States. And that's what sparked a huge amount of rage from a lot of people, from as far as I can tell. When you put all the news together, it was apparently rumors that started about 10 days ago that FTX was insolvent. And then people looked into where this guy was donating his own money because, you know, it's his. And then that got people riled up. And now Changpeng Zhao announced hours ago that after recent revelations came to light, they won't be doing this. And now people are throwing in the term Terra Luna Classic and how that collapsed. And people think that the FTT token is also going to collapse. He also added, we won't be supporting people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. He said, liquidating our FTT is just post-exit risk management, learning from Luna. We gave support before, but we won't pretend to do things after the divorce. We are not against anyone. I mean, it's abundantly clear that you are at this point. But we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs onwards. This was said by Changpeng Zhao on the 6th of November. Cointelegraph understands that Binance's decision to liquidate the token is due to reports surrounding a recently leaked Binance balance sheet from Sam Bankman-Fried founded Alameda Research, which alleges billions of dollars worth of Alameda assets are tied up into their token. So the allegation here is that apparently they have, once it says it right there, that a lot of their assets are actually used to prop up the token. And people believe that, or are being told that this is what happened to Terra Luna, that there were a bunch of assets that were being used to hold up the actual token. This is the most prominent news story of the day. A lot of people are now alleging that this is happening to FTX, and they never liked it from the beginning, and they can't believe that this is happening, and they knew from the beginning that Sam Bankman was so and so and so, and that this was happening, and no one knew anything. Everyone's simply following the leader. I find it really interesting how Changpeng Zhao has managed to become a hyper leader in the space when 90% of people, the term is, were dogging him as he revealed Binance and all this other stuff, because everyone was talking about how amazing Coinbase was and how amazing Kraken was and how amazing BitMEX was at the time and how Binance was terrible. And now everyone seemingly loves Binance, and now they're turning on. A lot of this feels like, to me, from the far outside looking into the crypto box, a lot of it feels like, what do you call it? Competitive play, kind of. We see openly Binance is acquiring every single company. They're in every single portion of the world. They're trying to buy banks. It's abundantly clear that Binance is trying to be around forever. FTX is a large company. The reason why they've had so many articles written about them in the last couple of months is because they're worth billions now in just a short fraction of time. I watched an interview a couple of weeks ago with Sam Bankman-Fried, very long name, and he was discussing like how they got so big and how they made so much money. He basically, for those of you who don't know, and I'll tell you quickly, he basically said that they figured out, i.e., let's say on one crypto exchange, Bitcoin's price is $10,000. And another exchange, Bitcoin's price is $10,420. Whatever the reasoning behind that might be. So he said that him and his friends basically began to like arbitrage trade, which isn't illegal at all. And they basically were buying it up lower and then selling it higher other places, buying it up lower and selling it up higher. He said that they were making millions per day off of this. And they said they were looking into it like, is something wrong? And they were like, nope, it's just people, it's higher over here. They made so much money. Apparently, that was the beginning of the founding money that they used to actually create the crypto exchange. So at the moment, a lot of people are annoyed because Sam Bankman isn't lashing out like a child and fighting back on the internet openly. It says, is it time to withdraw funds from FTX? I don't know. I can't tell you. I think a lot of these are just rumors that people are throwing around because I think they want new followers on Twitter. I think a lot of people are just trying to, say other things that other prominent players are saying, because I see it as well. You may have noticed a lot of 99.999 repeating percent of the time. I stay away from all these things on Twitter because people are looking for reactions from larger players in the cryptocurrency space. They want other people to give other yada yada. And I saw a large number of cryptocurrency, crypto YouTubers responding to this and throwing and slinging mud. And it's like, you don't know if any of this is true. Binance Also, remember, this was 2 months ago when they announced that they were going to be delisting every other stablecoin in their platform, and they were doing so because they're Binance. They wanted to, you want your coin to have all the liquidity, so they delisted every other coin, I think, except for Tether. And now that they're doing this, everyone's like, oh, something must be wrong, they're delisting it. No, I feel like it's a power play. If by the end of this week we get actual concrete news that something is happening to this exchange, or we get news from Chainalysis, or what's the other one, Santiment, and they say we've been looking through the chain, we've been looking through their numbers, something is wrong, then I think, react. If you feel at this time, if you actually have money on FTX and you would feel safer simply taking it off until something is really revealed, if they are illiquid and all this other stuff, because once again, no information has come forward. I need to clarify all of that. This is simply Changpeng Sao talking about that and people figuring out that he donated to Democrats. That's all that's happened. That is all that has happened. Yeah. So he announced after the allegations from Binance, no, things are fine. You can take out your money, put your money in. Everything is totally cool. But to all the other stuff that people have been screaming at him about, or how he's a terrible person and this and so, he hasn't responded back to them. And I don't think that he should. Why? It's like years ago when I don't remember this guy's name. That other crypto YouTuber who was like trying to like start a fight with me on Twitter, and people were like tagging me in a post being like, oh, did you see what he said? I don't care. Like, why do you stop reacting to everything that everyone says? Like, it's absolutely insane. Anyway, one of the most popular news stories of the day is that Binance is apparently delisting or selling a huge portion of their coins from another crypto exchange who's also becoming quite big. People figured out where this guy donated his money, and now everyone is seemingly against him. News. All right. Let's move on. Also in massive news, Meta, the parent company of Facebook, is planning massive layoffs. According to a recent report from the Wall Street Journal, Meta is expected to begin large-scale layoffs this week due to increased costs and a recent decline in its stock price. Where do I begin? One, this isn't cryptocurrency news. I'm not sure where this merging of non-crypto news into crypto news continues to happen from. It's happening more and more every single day. I show you it sometimes if it's like one of the most popular news stories out there, because there is this a string correlation between Meta, the word metaverse, and Web3, and then NFTs, which then becomes the cryptocurrency space. So they're connected, but not really. For some reason, people are heavily picking and choosing which news that they throw into the cryptocurrency space. As far as, for those of you who didn't get the gist of the article, is that Facebook Meta is going to be laying off or firing a large portion of their company. Why are they doing this? Because it's not profitable. The idea is that we heard from Zuckerberg in the very beginning, it would take about a good 4 or 5 years for it to become profitable. Why would they do that? Because every other company has to do the exact same thing. A lot of people who aren't explicitly into business don't know that it usually takes years for your business to become profitable. If you start renting out a storefront and your rent is $2,000 or $3,000 per month, and you have to do this, and you put all the initial costs to buy the chairs and everything to make the restaurant or cafe or whatever place end up looking nice, depending on the size of it as well, you are usually in the red for a very long time. It takes you a couple of months and or a couple of years to actually begin to make enough profits so that you are, a successful business. It works the exact same way. They changed the entire, I'm not defending Facebook, but you got to understand how business works. Their entire business model is completely changing. They're not using the Facebook ID anymore. Their idea is that metaverses are going to be taking off into the future, and therefore they have to restructure everything and build their metaverse, and it's going to take a lot of money. This is why their stock price has fallen. Stock prices have also fallen because of all the nonsense that's been happening the last year and a half. It's not simply just Facebook. A lot of people online keep talking about how much money that Facebook Meta has lost, and it's like, oh, actually, no, there's tons of companies. My friend sent me a chart last night. Hello, friends. Where you can see that all the major companies within the stock market have lost anywhere between 65 to 91% of their market valuations. Why is that happening? Because everything else is crashing. Everyone else is terrified, and therefore prices are going to fall down. The other part of it is A lot of people, when I talk about pick and choosing and, saying, oh, so bad for Meta, or, they're a terrible company anyway, a lot of people aren't really paying attention to the fact, here we go, here's a revelation. Twitter is also losing money every single day. A large portion of the user base has actually left since Elon Musk became the chief ABC CEO of the entire company. They just started the $8 thing per month for you to get the blue check mark. And a lot of people who have check marks said, I'm not paying for that. I don't want one. Will people pay for it? Of course. People love Elon Musk and everything that he does. He could use the bathroom and people would still absolutely love it. So of course that's going to happen. Twitter is currently losing between $2 to $4 million per day. So the company's also not profitable. He's looking for a way to make it profitable. And it's the same exact thing with this. This is why he announced earlier. You can even look, it was like a day or two ago, why there were so many layoffs. He said the company's not profitable. We have to figure out a way to make it profitable. Currently losing $2 to $4 million per day. You can Google it. You can look for it. Look for it on your local search function feature, wherever you look for your news. You're going to find the actual news there as well. So this news keeps popping up over and over every time that there is a major company somewhere in the cryptocurrency space or adjacent who is firing tons of people. But I think a lot of people like to throw mud or something at Meta and or Facebook anytime that they seemingly do wrong or are doing bad, not realizing that don't forget about the tons of cryptocurrency companies who were also firing tons of people. A lot of your favorite coins and projects also fired a huge amount of people who were working on their coins. Does that also then make the coin that you're into garbage? No. I don't understand this really weird. Someone posted something earlier and I only left a like on it on Twitter. It says something along the lines of, like, you spread negativity for so long, like you're shocked when no one is nice in the space. It was something like that on Twitter. And it makes so much sense. Everyone is so negative in the cryptocurrency space. It's always only I can win. No one else can win. You always make sure to push other people down so heavily to make sure that you stand at the top of the pot that's boiling on all of us. It's just so nonsensical. Anyway, so yeah, one of the most popular news stories of the day is that Meta is cutting a huge portion of their workforce, but so is every other company. Because things aren't looking good right now. We don't know if inflation is going to keep rising, if the Fed is going to keep raising in interest rates, and if how long this is going to actually go on. So until that all stops, these layoffs are going to continue happening across the board. So stop being happy at other people's misery. It's the weirdest thing in the entire world. If that's how you live your life, it's time to go get some help and change, because that's not how life should be. That's the Meta is laying off people news. This was super popular news. Like, I can't understate that. All right, let's move on. Also, in very popular news, in rich men fighting on the internet news, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson recently sparred, I wouldn't call it that, with Dogecoin co-founder Billy Marcus on Twitter after the former complained about his recent video being deleted from the Dogecoin subreddit. Hoskinson recently recorded a video that explains how Elon Musk could integrate the meme cryptocurrency in a form of a Cardano sidechain. However, the community behind the meme doesn't seem to be very appreciative of the idea. So for those of you who missed that news last week, Cardano is trying to integrate a lot of other chains into their chains, or have side chains, or have other like layer 2 solutions where basically you can use that coin on top of this coin and this coin becomes faster. It's basically like a way to say or show how decentralized your coin is. Tether has been doing a whole bunch of it. Many other coins. This is why we have wrapped Bitcoin and wrapped Ethereum. You can use it on another layer. You can use it on whatever. Hoskinson announced that he thought that Dogecoin could benefit from being, I believe, a side chain on Cardano, or making another layer that you were able to use Dogecoin on top of it. I forgot the exact schematics of it. It doesn't really matter. Apparently, tons of people from the Dogecoin community didn't like it. Someone deleted his video from Reddit, which I think is a little rude. You know, if you want to talk about free speech and allowing everyone, if you don't like what he has to say, simply click the back button and go to another thing. Like, that one thing isn't going to destroy your hope and future. in Dogecoin, and now a lot of people from Dogecoin community are attacking Charles Hoskinson and also Billy Marcus, who also, why is he still in the space? I don't understand. Like, dude, why are all these people, what's the fascination that these people have? Like, you're rich. I don't get it. I truly don't understand. Maybe it's because I come from a different mindset that if I have enough money, like, I'll still be into crypto, but I won't actively be like attacking people or talking bad about people on Twitter or Reddit or anywhere else in general, because why do so? Why waste my time and my energy? I feel like a lot of this is like excuse my phrasing here, but like a crypto size contest over and over and over. I feel like there's so much insecurity within these men that they look for any type of situation where they can kind of announce that their coin should be doing something or my coin is better or this coin is going to be doing something until their coin actually ends up going down in some sort of other way. It's really weird. I don't understand a huge portion of it, but as you can imagine, the word Dogecoin was in here. Cardano was there as well, and Elon Musk. So that's the recipe for being one of the most popular news stories of the day. If you don't want to make it a sidechain or simply say, hey, guys, we have no plans of integrating, but we appreciate the idea, and then you go back and talk to your friends, you'd be like, those guys are crazy. We would never do that. Just, try and be amicable in some sort of way, because all you're doing is just making other people on Twitter and on Reddit angrier at something that they should not be angry about. If you don't like the proposal, if your coin is decentralized enough, you'll be able to vote on it. And you swing your vote in the other way and say, hey, I don't care for this proposal. They end up losing. It doesn't end up happening. Bada bing, bada boom. Everybody's good. So anyway, that's the Charles Hoskinson was digitally fighting. They're not sparring. You don't know what sparring actually is if you wrote that they sparred, because you Google a video of people actually sparring and there's a lot more hand and leg movements. Anyway, that's the Dogecoin Cardano news. Wonderful. Let's move on. Also, oh my gosh, actual good news. I cannot believe it. A leading analytics firm is revealing that blockchain scaling solution Polygon is witnessing a dramatic drop in its supply of Matic on crypto exchanges, even after the coin's explosive rally. That means not, whatever. The point is usually when we see a coin's price skyrocket, people tend to throw that coin onto a cryptocurrency exchange. And the idea is if the price goes up too high, people end up selling it. However, Polygon's price was rising and people were actually taking their Polygon off. In a recent report, Sentiment says that the crowd is piling in on Polygon as supply on crypto exchanges plummeted from 1 billion Matic to around 833 million Matic on the 4th of November. For those of you who missed the news, Facebook, Instagram, Meta announced that they're going to be using Polygon as their chain to mint NFTs in general. And then we had news that Disney is going to be using Polygon as their NFT chain. And then we had news that JP Morgan Chase is issuing money. I don't know what they're issuing, some type of a whatever. And they're also doing it on, say it with me, Polygon. So that was the major news. That's why the coin spiked. I have a lot of friends who became like super extra interested in Polygon as well. So that's cool news. We usually don't get that news. It's usually coin price go up, people sell off coin. This was English. Coin price go up, people take it off of exchanges because I guess people are expecting it to go higher. I don't know how. I'm not. I'm not going to speculate how high this coin can go, but one can logically assume from all the stuff that's been going on. That's the Polygon is being taken off of exchanges as its popularity increases news. Fantastic. Let's move on. Is this the same thing? Yeah, also, listen. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Coinbase's revenues dip by nearly 50% amid the crypto winter. Also, I'm going to breeze right through this, I promise you. Also, very popular news. Why is it popular news? Because money lost, and they lost money, and my crypto exchange is better than your exchange, and therefore, this is very popular news. Everyone has lost money. This isn't a Coinbase exclusive thing. I'm pretty sure Binance has also been losing money. If crypto prices are down by 70, 80, 90%, one can assume that revenues are also down, as is trading volume. That's the Coinbase, the cryptocurrency space. I really wonder, like, where everyone is mentally, that this always becomes like super popular news that people just kind of assume. I don't know. Anyway, that's the Coinbase revenue dips news. Let's move on. Also, and this is absolutely tone deaf, if this ends up happening, I think just Do Kwon says it isn't difficult forming an alliance between the old and new Terra blockchains. The news is, for those of you who don't know, Do Kwon has basically announced or said that he thinks that he himself can help form an alliance between the old Luna, that is the Classic, and the new Terra chain, and how they can work together to be mutually helping everyone making money. I can't imagine the audacity that one must have to be wrapped up so heavily in a situation where people believe that you lost them billions of dollars, and then you openly announce that you are not only allegedly still working with one of the projects, because how would you help this alliance form, but also that you want people to trust you to be able to bring the coins together. I saw, this was, say it with me, one of the most popular news stories of the day. I can't imagine ever having the cojones to even think of doing something like that afterwards. There's another cryptocurrency project. I won't say which one, but recently there's a huge amount of controversy that the person who created the coin, who is a crypto YouTuber, there's all these allegations going around, and everyone who was a crypto YouTuber who helped him with the creation of the coin and talking about the coin, now they're all being investigated by the SEC, and now they're coming out talking about, no, this isn't that bad, keep buying the coin. Where do people get off with the courage to be able to do that? Has anyone kept up with the Do Kwon news and allegedly what he's been doing and where he is in the investigation that's going on? Can you imagine being hunted by Interpol and having the nerve to... I just don't understand. This was also relatively popular news. I assume it's popular news because people can't understand why these words were said. I can't imagine anyone wanting to work with him. And I won't say the words again. I will say the word currently. I could see in 15, 20 years, he makes something and everyone goes, maybe he's turned over a new leaf. If the old Luna and the new Luna merge together or make some kind of collaboration where there's an alliance between them and he becomes the semi-head of the project, I think people want to lose money then. I would not understand why. Can you imagine? And no, it would totally happen. Do you remember? Listen to this one, because some people were definitely here. Do you remember after, what do you call it? Oh gosh, what's it called? BitConnect. When that entire thing crumbled and people figured out who the crypto YouTubers were who were backing the project, and some of these people, after everything, came back to their YouTube channel and people were still fighting and defending for them. I don't get it. I don't understand. I truly don't get it. So anyway, moving along, because this is actual nonsense. Dogecoin is talking about an alliance between the old Terra and the new Terra. If anyone falls for this, just go wear a clown costume. Like, I mean, really, 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 I just don't understand. All right. Never a dull day. There is never a dull day in the cryptocurrency space. You can wake up thinking you're going to get normal news, and it's always, I mean, just completely left field. It doesn't make any sense. Someone throws a baseball at you, it becomes a basketball and starts bouncing towards the moon and grows legs. None of this makes sense anymore. Really, really super weird stuff. All right, that's that news. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. GBU Wally, Dotha Diddy, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Bubble Mode, How's Life Austin, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on. Empire Queen, Roman Gaber, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony M, Broski, The Dealers, Den Captain, Something in the Z-Way, Lay, Mo Barazi, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grelay, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Biddy, Troy, All Good, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Patrick Noster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High XRP, Martin Stoyer, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Wise 9 Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Setsuna, Richie Rich III, Paxis, Nick Man, Gialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho Nisa, All Crypto with Lionel, and Crayola Michelle URL. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who has left a like, a comment, or has subscribed. At the moment, Bitcoin is at 20,749. It is down by 2.3%. Ethereum is down by 3.4% as well. Binance Coin is down by 6. XRP is down by 4. You get the idea. Solana is down by almost 13%. This is on the back of the news that apparently Google is going to be, I think, next year running a Solana validator. But then there was also some other detrimental. Aren't you proud of me? I didn't even have it in this video. Apparently, there was another $100 million hack on Solana, and then something else happened. And then apparently someone from the original Solana team came forward and was like, yeah, it's broken. So, no one's proud of me. I didn't even have it in the video. Look at me. See, I don't like Solana, and I know that it's a bad chain, but I didn't talk about it except for, because the price is down by 13%, but I'm proud of myself. Polygon is currently up by 4.5% because it logically makes sense. Every time that a coin gets a major partnership, the coin should be going up for weeks. But this doesn't usually happen for a lot of coins. Anything else crazy? Litecoin's up by 1.9. Still don't get that one. Nope, everything's in the red. It's going to be a very interesting week. Just know that. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it's absolutely incredible. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, supporting, or commenting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.